You are 8 years old the first time you understand that some men do not follow the same rules as everyone else. You are standing on the stoop of your grandmother's house in South Brooklyn. It is a Tuesday in July. The air smells like asphalt and frying garlic. A black Cadillac rolls slowly down the street. The men on the corner straighten up, not out of fear, out of respect. The man who steps out does not rush. He does not look around nervously. He moves like the street belongs to him, because it does. You watch him disappear into a social club with a hand-painted sign above the door. You do not know his name yet, but you know, in the way that only children know things, that you want whatever he has. That feeling never leaves you. It just gets more expensive. You are 17 when you start hanging around. There is no ceremony, no invitation. You just begin showing up near the right corners, near the right men. You fetch coffee. You wash cars. You run to the deli on Flatbush Avenue to pick up sandwiches for card games you are not allowed to watch. You are invisible. The men barely look at you. To them, you are free labor. You are a gopher. You go for coffee and you go for cigarettes, and you go for whatever they need at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night without asking why. Your job is to listen and keep your mouth shut. You are being watched every second, though no one tells you this. They are testing your discipline. If you talk too much, you are gone. If you ask too many questions, you are gone. You are not making money yet. You are taking all the risk for none of the reward. If the police raid the club, you are the one they throw in the back of the car while the older men walk out through the rear exit. You do not complain. You sit in the holding cell for 6 hours and you say nothing. That is the first lesson. Silence is currency. You are 21 when you become an associate. You passed the test, though no one told you there was a test. One morning, a soldier named Carmine pulls you aside and says you are going to start earning. That is all he says. You understand what it means. Your life becomes a hustle. You hijack trucks coming out of JFK Airport. You run a sports betting book out of a barbershop on Atlantic Avenue. You collect debts for men you have never met. Every week, you take a thick envelope of cash and hand it to Carmine. If you earn $10,000, you hand over $3,000 of it. If you hold back even $500, you are stealing from the family. That gets you disappeared. Not fired. Disappeared. The risk is entirely yours. You are the one loading cargo into unmarked vans at 3 in the morning in February when the temperature is 12 degrees. The FBI is watching you because you are young and sloppy and hungry. If you get arrested, the family owes you nothing. You do your time. You keep your mouth shut. That is the only way to prove you are worth something more. Your girlfriend asks why you come home at 4 in the morning smelling like cigarettes and cold air. You tell her it is work. She stops asking after a while. You tell yourself that is easier for both of you. You are 26 when you become a senior associate. You kept your mouth shut through a 2-year stint in a state correctional facility upstate. You came out thinner and quieter and more useful. Now you are on record with a captain. This means you belong to him. No other crew can touch you. If a man from another family tries to shake you down, your captain steps in. He says, "Back off. He is with me." Those 4 words are worth more than any weapon you have ever carried. But this is also the most dangerous period of your career. The bosses are vetting you. They are looking into your bloodline. You must be 100% Italian on your father's side. They are digging into your past, your family, your associations. One mistake ends everything. One bar fight, one loose word at the wrong table, and you are finished. You wait, you earn, you stay quiet. Then one day a man you barely know tells you to dress nicely on Saturday. He says you are going somewhere important. You already know what it means. You are 29 when you get made. You walk into the basement of a house in Staten Island. There are 6 men sitting around a wooden table. There is a handgun on the table and a small image of a saint. A man you have only seen twice before pricks your trigger finger with a pin. He drips your blood onto the image. He lights it on fire and you hold it in your palm until it burns out. He says, "As this saint burns, so burns my soul if I betray the family." You repeat the words. You mean them. You are a made man now. You are untouchable. A civilian cannot touch you. An associate cannot touch you. Even a boss from another family cannot end you without permission from the commission. You have a crew of associates working beneath you. They kick up to you and you kick up to your captain. You do not break the windows yourself anymore. You send someone. But when the boss says a name needs to be handled, you handle it. You pick up your work bag and you go. Refusal is not a word that exists in your vocabulary anymore. Your mother asks why you never come to Sunday dinner. You tell her you are busy. She looks at you the way mothers look at sons they have already lost. You are 34 when they start calling you the enforcer. Some men are good at earning. You are good at something else. When a debt goes unpaid for 60 days, they send you. You are the mechanism that keeps the money moving. You know which construction foundations are being poured on which mornings. You know things that cannot be unknotted, and everyone in your crew fears you. Even the men who have known you for 15 years. They laugh at your jokes a little too quickly. They refill your glass before it is empty. You notice this. Fear is a form of respect. You have learned to accept the substitute. But the loneliness is real. You eat most of your meals alone. You have not had a conversation that was not about money or violence in longer than you can remember. You are 39 when your captain gets indicted on a federal racketeering charge. He points to you before they take him away. You are now the acting capo. You are running the crew, but everyone knows the seat is not really yours. You have to keep the envelopes full for the captain while he sits in a federal holding facility. You have to keep 12 soldiers in line, men who are older than you and resentful of it. If you do a poor job, the money stops. If you do too good a job, the captain gets jealous. He starts to wonder if you are building something for yourself. You walk a razor's edge every single day. You have to look like a leader while performing like a servant. You're good at it. That is the problem. You are 43 when the acting title disappears and the real one arrives. You are a capo now. You run a crew of 10 soldiers and over 100 associates. You control a section of territory in South Brooklyn, the same streets where you once fetched sandwiches for men who did not know your name. You do not touch drugs. You do not touch guns. You manage people. You meet your soldiers in shopping malls and public parks, walking and talking so there is nothing to record. They hand you envelopes. You hand them orders. You are also the judge. When two soldiers have a dispute over money or territory, they come to you. You settle it. Your word is final. But you have a quota. You must deliver a substantial package to the boss every single week without exception. If you stop earning, you are replaced. In this business, replaced does not mean reassigned. Your son is 12 years old. He plays baseball on Saturday mornings. You have been to 4 of his games in 3 years. He has stopped saving you a seat. You are 48 when you become the consigliere. You are the third man in the room. The counselor. You do not have a crew. You do not have a territory. You have the boss's ear, which is worth more than both. You are the only person in the entire hierarchy permitted to tell the boss he is wrong. When he wants to end a captain in a moment of rage, you are the one who says, wait, think about the business, think about the attention it brings. You know the intricacies of federal racketeering law better than most attorneys. You are the mediator when captains are at war. You are safe. You are not a threat to the throne. You are a tool of the throne. That distinction keeps you alive. But you have begun to notice something. You have been in this life for 30 years. You have watched men you loved go to prison, go to the hospital, go into the ground. The machine does not grieve. It adjusts. It finds a replacement. It moves forward. You wonder for the first time what it would have looked like to choose differently. The thought arrives quietly, without drama. You do not speak it aloud. You pour a glass of water and go back to work. You are 53 when you become the underboss. You are second in command. All the captains report to you. You collect the master envelopes from every crew. You settle the disputes that are too large for captains but too small for the boss. You are the layer of insulation that keeps the boss out of federal court. You are also the most visible target in the organization. The FBI builds its cases from the outside in. They hit the associates first, then the soldiers, then the captains, and then they come for you. You know this. You accepted it the day you took the position. Every ambitious captain in the family is watching you. Some of them are waiting for you to stumble. Some of them are not waiting. You sleep lightly. You change your routines. You trust almost no one. Your wife of 22 years asks you one evening if you are happy. You sit with the question longer than she expects. No, you tell her you are fine. She nods slowly. She has learned not to push. You have learned not to answer honestly. The distance between you is measured not in miles, but in years of accumulated silence. You are 58 when you become the boss? There is no ceremony this time. No burning image. No pricked finger. The previous boss goes to prison on a life sentence, and the commission recognizes you. That is all. One day you are the underboss. The next day you are the father. You sit at the head of the table. You are a ghost. You never touch a weapon. You never touch cash from a racket. You have layers of people between you and every crime. You whisper an order to your underboss, and 3 days later a problem resolves itself. You deal with the commission. You sit with the bosses of the other families and divide territories. Resolve conflicts. Decide who can be made and who must be removed. You have total power. You have no peace. Your best friend wants your position. The FBI has an entire task force dedicated to dismantling you. There is no retirement. There is no graceful exit. You stay on the throne until you die in a hospital bed, or a prison cell, or on the pavement outside a restaurant on a cold November evening. You think sometimes about that Tuesday in July when you were 8 years old. The black Cadillac. The man who moved like the street belonged to him. You understand now what you could not have understood then. He was not free. He was just further inside the cage than everyone else. The door had closed behind him so long ago that he had forgotten it was ever open. Somewhere in South Brooklyn tonight, a boy is standing on a stoop. He's watching a car roll slowly down the street. The men on the corner are straightening up. The boy's eyes are wide and quiet and full of wanting. The machine is already running. It does not need you anymore. It never did.